Alright, hello everybody. I'm gonna be making banana muffins. I have my recipe right here. And I'm halfway through doing my 128 pull-ups, the revenge story. Definitely check that out. But my arms are throbbing, so I'm gonna take a break and make some banana muffins. First up, we get our ingredients. Our supplies. Supplies, 1 large mixing bowl. I'm not using my hands because, as I stated, my hands are quite tired. So I have a mixy mixer thing. Muffin tin. Muffin tin. Muffin tin. Muffin paper. Alright, chat, I don't have any muffin paper thingies, I don't think. So, let me check for some, there's no muffin paper things, but we can work with that. We can spray it with, I don't think I have any spray canola oil either. Oh no. Chat, am I cooked? I think I'm cooked. What do? Can't spray my muffin tin? Can't put little paper thingies in my muffin tin? Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright chat, I have returned with my Carlini original canola oil spray. No calories per serving, versatile. And that's what I'm gonna use rather than muffin tins. Papers, things. Measuring cups. I have some oddly obscure measuring cups, like the infamous 1/8 teaspoon, but these are gonna have to work for now. Ingredients: 3 ripe bananas, mashed. Now these bananas are a little far from ripe, but they're gonna have to work. Oh well, it's like banana bread. I think slightly overripe bananas will work. Alright, got our bananas. Next ingredients, 1/3 cup melted butter. Now, 1 stick of butter is 1/2 cup. So 1/3 cup, if we look on the measuring thingy, is gonna be about 5.5 tablespoons. I need a knife. Okay, bata. I should probably angle this down a little more so you guys can see what I'm doing. Bata. Bata. 1/3 cup. We don't need that. 1/3 cup butter. We'll heat that in a second. Next, 1/2 cup sugar. White, brown, or mixed. I'm getting white because white is better. Sugar. Next on the list is 1 egg. Here's our 1 egg. The size doesn't really matter, but jumbo eggs are typically better. I don't have a jumbo egg, but it'll have to do. Next, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I have this massive bottle. Wonderful. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, baking soda, for those of you who didn't pass the 3rd grade, is the stuff that makes it rise. So this is the thing you want to measure the most precisely. So it doesn't rise too much and doesn't rise too little. Pinch of salt, but like I said in the previous video, we're not doing that. And lastly, all-purpose flour. Ready to start. Instructions. Preheat oven to 350. So, oven. Preheat oven to 350. Got it. Next, we're going to, in your 1 bowl, mash the bananas with a fork. Right, so, mixing, I said, I have to move this bread. Mixing bowl. So I'm not doing it with a fork because I have better things to do with my life than sit here for hours and mash bananas. So between the whisk and this thingy, this one's typically better for making things like dough. Whisk is better for batters. We're making more of a dough right now. We want it to be more like a higher consistency. So we're gonna use this one. There. And we're gonna take our 3 bananas, very overripe bananas. Those are what work best. I'm gonna take them and put them in the bowl. Peel. Peel. And lastly, banana. I'm going to wash my hands now. My hands are basically washed. If there's anything you need to know about baking, it's that your hands don't really need to be clean. Alright? This is pretty mashed, if I do say so myself. Right, can you guys see that? You probably can. Alright? So, now that we've got that, what's next in our recipe? Next is dump in the melted butter. First we need to melt our butter. So let's come get ourselves a small microwavable bowl, such as this one. Plastic or glass will work fine. Take our 1/3 cup of butter, which again is between 5 and 6 tablespoons, not teaspoons. Microwave. So we're waiting for that now. It's remaining time 45 seconds. Well, we best get our next ingredients ready. Add sugar. How much sugar do we need again? 1/2 cup. So let's see if we have a 1/2 cup. We do have a 1/2 cup, luckily. Okay, the butter's probably done actually. Right, it doesn't have to be like all the way melted, but should be like mostly melted. Let's put in our butter. We're gonna stir that. All right, it is now you can probably see on the spatula thing, nice banana syrup. Next, 1/2 cup sugar. Right now we're going to add our sugar, egg, and vanilla, and then stir. So, 1/2 cup of sugar. That's like half a half cup. More. And that's probably not enough, so we're adding an extra dash of sugar, just because. Now, egg. Fun fact, eggs crack better when they're cracked on a flat surface rather than a corner. And lastly, our vanilla. I don't remember how much we need. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, I don't have a teaspoon measurement but I do have a 3/4 teaspoon. So I also have a 1/8 teaspoon. So we're gonna do 1 3/4 and 2 1/8 because math. Vanilla. Yeah, there's probably enough of vanilla. Now we mix. That smells good. It smells like bananas. I'm going bananas. Next step is to sprinkle in the baking soda and salt. We're not doing salt because we had a little incident where I ate some salt in the pull-up video. So we're not doing that. Sprinkle in baking soda. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're gonna use the same strategy as we did with the vanilla. 3/4 teaspoon. 1/8 teaspoon. 1/8 teaspoon. Not sure why we're just mixing that by itself, but you know. That's probably good. Now it's time for the dry stuff. The flour. How much flour? 1.5 cups. Luckily we do have our half cup here, so it's going to be fairly easy to measure. Flour. Now with other ingredients you can mix as much as you'd like, but with flour you never want to overmix. You want to mix it until just combined. Because if you overmix your flour, it'll become, instead of fluffy like you want, it'll become spongy and firm. There is a difference. I'm gonna have to clean that. Flour cam. Okay, not doing that again. Right. That was not overmixing, trust. So, now I'm going to take a quick intermission and clean this flour. All right, we are back and the flour is clean. This is it. It's done. Let me see if I can find some chocolate chips because, you know, if you want to add chocolate chips, blueberries, nuts, anything like that, that's good. No, it doesn't look like I have any. So we're just doing plain muffins today. Going to take our batter, get it all off of this spatula thing. And you never want to waste batter because measurements are somewhat precise. So if you have not enough batter, then you're gonna have like a half muffin instead of like a whole muffin, you know? Unless you're making something like pancakes or cake and it doesn't really matter. But don't waste ingredients. Gonna mix this slightly more because I accidentally, like some flour that was stuck on the side of the bowl, I just knocked in. So hopefully I don't overmix it. If it wasn't already overmixed to begin with. I have to scrape this again. All right, that's good. Now, time to put it into our muffin tin. Spare butter. Add butter. Right. Let's come back over to our muffin tin. This recipe, we don't really need that anymore. I mean, except for the time, but yeah. All right, we have our batter. And we are going to spray our muffin tin. Paper usually works better, but spraying it's fine. Now, don't add too much oil, or it'll taste like oil. It's probably enough. I'm gonna take my fork from earlier and just add some batter. Okay, that's enough. I did just spill it all over the side, but we'll fix that. Next muffin. Next muffin. Next muffin. Next muffin. Next muffin. Alright. And right on time, the oven is ready. I need more paper towels because I spilled a lot of batter. Oh no, I'm just spreading it on the counter. Paper towels. Get the batter off of the counter before my parents come home and kill me. But okay, yeah, here's our finished muffins. Hopefully that goes well. Scrape it, then kind of like back into the cups so it doesn't burn on the edge. Now time to throw in our muffins. Actually, I'll just leave this here. No, don't touch the oven. I mean, don't touch the inside of the oven. You can touch the outside of the oven. Also, use baking mitts if you're not an absolute idiot. Now, we're going to leave that in there for about 20 minutes. I'll see you then. Okay, everyone. First batch of muffins are done. And this is what they look like. Wow, these look amazing. They smell amazing. So amazing, because I'm the best chef ever. By the way, if you didn't know. Like, look at these muffins, bro. I did make one slightly bigger than the other, but that's no big deal. So, yeah, banana muffin recipe. Time to go back to pull-ups.